All right, everybody, welcome in. We are ready to rotate. We've got the season finale of season number 3 for Rotate, the Rocket League live game show. It's always got you circling back for more. Congratulations to our contestants today. We got Comp, we got Hail, we got Mocked, and they are ready to go. Here you go, contestants. Beers, Madness. Is it a W format? Comp, is this something that the Rocket League scene needed?
I agree. This is a W format. And the reason why this is a W format is because we need change in the Rocket League scene. We've been getting too much bad change now. We have some entertainment. A lot of players are going to get very, very, very tilted while playing these 20-minute games, especially when an opponent goes up 10-0 in the first 5 minutes. How is the other opponent going to react to that? You know, at the end of the day, I believe this is going to be W format, not only for people's, you know, mental strength building to see who is on top mental-wise. And this is going to be beautiful content. This is going to be amazing. W Fear, W format.
Okay, W Fear, W format. We actually are a fan of Hell Monkey Man, a 20-minute 1v1 match. What's your take here? Is Fear cooking?
It's a W meme format. This one, I thought you had said beer when this first started because I thought that everyone would have to be drunk to have to play this in the first place. Instead of 20 minutes, make it 10. Or if you're gonna have to deal with all this, make 2 or multiple consecutive games. I want to see maybe the points add up to each other. Have a summation of goals between multiple games in lieu of just an insane amount of time. We're gonna have people literally just put their controller down and walk away after getting enough or losing by enough. I don't think it's a great format. Not really, no, but it's a great meme if you want to just see people get angry.
Rotate. All right, so we got some W's, we got some L's. What side of the alphabet are you going with on this one, Mocked?
I'm going full on with the W. It is, as a once connoisseur and as someone who believes that once is the greatest game mode there is, there's nothing better than 20 minutes of just pure mano-y-mano, 2 people going for it all the time, knowing that even if you have a bad 2 or 3 minutes, you got plenty of time to make it up. It's going to be great for mental resilience. And honestly, whilst it might be a bit of a meme, I agree with you. I agree with you with that one on Monkey Man, but it's still going to be for the pros. That's not going to be an issue. They're just going to power through, and their mentality will thank them in the long run.
You know what? I'm going to hold on my last point there to you, Mock. You really think everyone's going to power through and hold on through every 20-minute game? No way, man. Salt Mine does not even have a leg on this. What were you saying, Hal?
Salt Mine was longer.
Salt
Mine was best of 5s. Best of 5s were literally longer than one 20-minute game.
Straight, bro. Like, nah. Not even a Rocket League overtime has, I don't think, reached that length of time in history. So, I don't know. We're cooking, though. Fierce cooking. I want to know, though, in terms of cooking, folks, in our next question, Hail Monkey Man, by the way, you're going to get us started here with this one. Is Rocket League themselves cooking? I want to take this to the weekly challenges. I don't know if you guys check this out too often, but every week there's new challenges, right? And take a look at the ones this week. 8 spot, play 8 matches, high 5 saves, get 5 saves, and see ball, hit the ball 100 times. Contestants, I'm curious, you know, are these the kind of challenges that you're excited to check off when you enter the game, or do these challenges, do they need a buff? Hail, your timer has started.
They definitely need a buff. These are really good for my coworker who literally started the game 2 months ago. I think he's actually sitting in silver or gold, and he is going to be so excited to see he gets maybe a crate open. Well, it's not a crate anymore, whatever the thing is, but some extra XP, gain some levels. But this is baby mode. I'm pretty sure all-star bots can do this in like a game. So no, we need maybe just a little bit of extra difficulty.
All right, Hail wants to see a bump. It might be challenging for the people that are just getting started in the game. Mockfish, what's your take on these weekly challenges?
It needs a rework. That's what it needs, honestly. The challenges are good for the casual audience, but for anyone like us who's invested into the game and played thousands upon thousands of hours, we just need a bit more of a challenge. The question is, what do you buff these challenges in? Because Rocket League isn't like that objective oriented anyway, so it's going to be difficult to build those creative challenges. But someone at Sonic surely has a great idea. They need a buff or a fundamental rework of the system.
Okay, a fundamental rework could very well be true. You said Psyonix do have those better ideas, and maybe that is where I would challenge you once again, but that's not my job right now. I'm the host, and Comp, you're the contestant, so why don't you challenge this question as the final one? Agree or disagree? Rocket League's weekly challenges need a buff.
I think this question is more of a challenge than the actual challenges themselves. They're not even a challenge. Yes, they need a buff. What is that? Like, that's what you do on the daily. Like, my dogs could do that. Like, it's crazy. That's almost as bad as the RL social media manager nowadays. They're not even putting out that Elevate even made the major. Like, I think just Psyonix and Epic Games need to take on more of a challenge for themselves. They're just kind of walking and just having a good time sipping on a Shirley Temple.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sipping on these cold takes. That's not a very big challenge, guys. Let's get a little hotter. Let's really talk about a challenge in our final agree or disagree question. And we actually have a video for this one. How about that? Little video action. Folks, you've been trying this in the green room. We literally were talking about it. And you guys literally pre-jumped my question. So here's the video, guys. If you don't know, for audience as well, this is called the Licks jump. It may be actually a refinement of the feet licks jump, the analogs jump or something, but basically you can almost do a regular air dribble and hold your flip the entire time. So contestants and Mocked, we're going to start with you. I want to know if the Licks jump will become a common pro mech. Agree or disagree that it will?
Common, no, but it will be another weapon in the arsenal if they are given enough time and enough space. The only way to challenge the Licks jump effectively is by completely chasing in from the beginning. Otherwise, it is so hard to defend. You can do anything. You can flip reset, you can fake it, you can go for a simple double. You can even go for an edible demo if you want to, because you still have that flip to recover. So it will become another weapon. The only question I have is, will the players have enough time? Because the setup does require it. I think, though, for Split 2 and Major 2 and maybe even Worlds, we'll see at least one Licks jump goal.
Rotate. Okay. We're seeing it early on, apparently, Comp, but from what I heard from you in training, we were not seeing it early on from you. You were having a hard time getting it going in free play, but agree or disagree, it'll become common in the pro games.
I think give it time, and yes, it will become a common thing, especially with how much Rocket League has already developed. Pros are going to start to take advantage of these newer kind of mechanics that are out there, especially when you do not know if someone has a jump or not. You think it's a normal air dribble, bang, flip reset on your head. Like, at the end of the day, this is going to become a very scary mechanic.
All right. Very scary indeed. How scary do you think it is? Hell, Monkey Man, how scary will it be actually in the pro scene? You think it's going to become common or not?
I think it will. We looked at the wall dash and we're like, hey, when is this going to become something of normal use? And it's now used all the time to be able to gain speed and not have to really utilize any kind of boost. This in particular, though, will take a moment. I think that we're all in an echo chamber right now. Eventually, Psyonix is going to look at what players are doing to be able to maintain a jump and just be like, all right, infinite jumps. There's no reason for them to have to hide this, to have to low mech from the wall. Just give them a bunch of jumps. But I think it will eventually, and it's going to be, I think, quicker than we even think.
Rotate. Hell, Monkey Man's becoming the Oprah of Rocket League. You get a jump. You get a jump. You get a jump. Take them all. I loved actually extra point for Mocked here, which actually brings us even. The concept of, or no, Comp, you said it right. The concept of a pro not knowing if you have a jump or not. Which one of you was that? That was Comp. All right, extra point for you. Sorry, Mocked. Almost gave you a free point there.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
I mean, we were already talking about lawn mower boost earlier and not knowing if people even have boost or not because you can't see them use the boost. Now we won't know if you have a flip. I don't know. Scary stuff. We'll see how scary it gets. Mock, it's a little scary for you as we move into our next category, Hall of Fame, where you're down a couple points here, but the regain's coming, right?
Easy. Not even worried. I'm chilling.
Okay, not even a concern for him. Very well. Well, let's move on then. Okay, second category here is Hall of Fame. Hell, Monkey Man, you're going to be starting us out here. And just to reiterate for our newer audience members, Hall of Fame, usually I'll give these contestants a list of people, and they're going to choose which one of them doesn't make their Hall of Fame. Doesn't quite cut it. Today, we're actually taking a different angle, folks. I'm taking recent moments in Rocket League, and I want you to tell me whether they make all of Rocket League Hall of Fame. You'll start to understand as we actually get to the question, so let's just get to it. I want to start with a bit of an interesting one. This one right here is on Stephen A. Smith's coverage of whatever he wants to cover. Asfura made it on the broadcast. GC in disguise. Shout out to GC, always tweeting the good stuff. Says this image belongs in the Rocket League Hall of Fame. Contestants, I want to know, does this like collab of ESPN and Rocket League in the form of Asfura and Stephen A. Smith, is this worthy of Rocket League Hall of Fame?
Oh man. Okay, so we're talking about Hall of Fame, and there's definitely a Hall of Fame and a Hall of Meme, and I feel like this definitely falls into the latter.
Okay.
I think that still in a social media situation, it does really promote the community. As weird and as much as I hate Stephen A, I don't like that guy, but as much as this is kind of strange, it does at least push Asfura into the spotlight where they pretty much have always been ever since they hit over onto First Touch. They're there. I'd say Hall of Fame just for the memes.
All right, for the memes. Hell Monkey Man heard Stephen A. Smith on his drop location being Tilted Towers, and he was like, "No, I hate this guy. Can't get enough of him." Some others would say, but Markfish, I want to know what you will say here. Does this moment encapsulate Rocket League Hall of Fame?
If there is a Rocket League Hall of Fame, Asfura is the one person I would say keep him away for as long as we can. Nothing belonging to Asfura should ever be considered Hall of Fame worthy in Rocket League. And also, who is that moderator? Is that ESPN? I don't care about them. I've never heard about them. It can't be Hall of Fame worthy if it's only known about in the US. That's not how a Hall of Fame works. So for that simple logistical reason, no, absolutely not a Hall of Fame worthy moment.
Okay, I'm giving points for these hot takes. This is what I asked for right here. Comp, it's coming back to you. Hall of Fame or not, I know you delve into the content scene yourself. I'm loving your Twitter posts every now and then. What about this moment right here in Rocket League history?
I think Monkey Man brings a great point. It's ESPN. It brings a ton of exposure to the Rocket League scene. Yeah. Personally, I do think it's Hall of Fame worthy because Stephen A. Smith said he was going to drop 15 points. When is Asfura going to drop 15 points in a basketball game? Have you seen that guy's form? What is what is that form? That's not a form. He just dropped 5 points, brother. Like, not 15.
Oh, God. All right. Well, this did not mean to become the Asfura roast session. As I got all love for you, man. I really do. And you know what? The fact that you didn't quite hit those 15 points is it's just a chance to regain. It's a chance to regain. Folks, thanks for your thoughts there on the potential Hall of Fame there, but let's keep it going. Let's keep it going with some more opportunities here. We're gonna showcase this next one, and we're actually gonna get to actual potential Hall of Fame GOAT status. And the one that reaches the spotlight, Mockfish, by the way, you're starting us off here, is Vatira. So recently, as a part of these latest qualifiers, he has made his 25th consecutive championship Sunday. Pretty ridiculous. While he has an incredible resume of getting to those grand finals, of getting to those major wins, he doesn't have a Worlds win under his belt, and so a lot of people think because of that, he's not worthy of Rocket League's Hall of Fame of players. Mockfish, I want your take, though. What does it take to get Vatira to the Hall of Fame if he isn't in your mind already?
Simple. 1 Worlds win. That's all it needs to be. He has an incredible statistics. He does he uses the sort of statistic inflation a bit because there are more championship Sundays now than there ever were in the past. So that's certainly to his benefit. But he is an incredible player. He is certainly one of the best the game has ever seen. But to really cement yourself as one of the Hall of Famers, as one of the best, you to win the one tournament they all want to win. You have to win Worlds. And if Vatira does that, he's in.
Rotate. All right, that's what it takes for Mocked. Comp, not only these consecutive championship Sundays, but also the statistical leader of the Europe region throughout this split, even over players like Zen. What's it take to get Vati to the Hall of Fame, unless he is already for you?
Oh, this is an easy question. He's already in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
He's been the most consistent Rocket League player in the past 2 years. He's been destroying everything. That's like saying Jay Naps isn't in the Hall of Fame because he hasn't won a World? Like, you gotta be kidding me. He is in the Hall of Fame. Jay Naps is in the Hall of Fame. He will win a World, and that'll just raise his spot in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion.
Okay. I want to see Comp's Hall of Fame list. I want to know if it's got 5 players or 50. Hail Monkey Man, not all love to Nav, so I'm wondering for you, man, what's your thoughts on Vati Hall of Fame?
I mean, Vatira, he's not a Hall of Famer. Where's the 26th win? Like, come on. No, I need to see a little bit more. Nah. He's obviously one of the best that's ever been able to see the game, but I didn't realize that we were putting people in the Hall of Fame based on not ever winning an actual championship. Will Zen be there? They have won. They were here for an entire first split, and now into their second one, and I think they've already been able to maintain themselves there. I think Vatira is going to have a mention there. I think they're also going to be able to actually wear a real crown and not that plastic Burger King one that they've got on right now. I want to see what Vatira can do to the end of the season because I think they've earned their place. I just want to see them actually hold the trophy.
Okay, very well. A trophy might be a little bit of foreshadowing to some later questions, but we'll get to that later. I want to get to our final Hall of Fame question. Comp, you're going to start us out here. This one's more open-ended. I want you guys actually to answer this very simple question for me. What could, for you, in this major coming up at Copenhagen, be your Hall of Fame match? I mean, we think about matches in history like G2 versus BDS Grand Final. Nah, I'm just kidding. That match sucked. No, like Moist and Furia, right? Like incredible matchups. If there was a matchup to happen at this upcoming major in Copenhagen, Comp, again, starting with you, what would your Hall of Fame matchup be?
I believe my Hall of Fame matchup would be Falcons versus Vitality. I don't know if you guys remember that series from the spring major, but that series was crazy. And I feel like if it was in a grand final, it would just raise the tensions and the stakes even more. And the players will become just gods themselves. They will bring out every shot known to man. The crowd will go insane for both teams. Okay. And personally, that would be my Hall of Fame match. Rawas absolutely destroying Zen.
Wow. Okay. I mean, Rawas and Zen already a rivalry when we really think about it, in that 1v1 show match streak that Zen had that was broken by Rawas. Rawas says, "I'm just not like the others." That would be an incredible matchup. Hell, Monkey Man, though, what's your Hall of Fame pitch for Copenhagen?
I feel like the octuple overtime is hitting me, but you know what? I'm gonna go with the easy toss-up here. G2 KC. I'm tired of seeing the blue wall, hearing the thunderous clap of a giant fan base. G2, I think, hold the greatest promise of an all-American, all-United States squad out of Beast Mode, Daniel, and Atomic. I want to see that one go absolutely down, and I think that G2 versus any KC, BDS, Vitality, but especially KC because of how fluent they've been in EU, that's the marquee matchup. NA versus EU, it's always going to be there. Get those two at the top.
Okay. All right. Well, Mocked, Hail Monkey Man wants to see an NA team in the grand finals. I'm curious if you want to see that as well, or sometimes it doesn't even have to be the grand finals. At the core, tell me, in your opinion, what is your Hall of Fame matchup potentially at this LAN?
Limitless winning a series against anyone on LAN. That is my Hall of Fame. Give me all the SSA love in this Twitch chat and everywhere, because if Limitless, it's so big for the region, right? We want to be a global esport. We want to see every region be competitive. We've seen OCE has been competitive. We've seen APAC has moved to competitiveness. Now it's SSA turn, and I feel like if they can beat Elevate or Pioneers, then it's gonna be grand. That's gonna be an all-time that's going to be an all-time great moment already.
Okay, very well. I mean, it wouldn't be their first LAN history win, and I think you know
but that was against
that.
Valiant, and that was against SSA, so that doesn't count.
Incorrect. They did beat an APAC team when they had a GC2 sub of Commutator. That win did happen once upon a time. So, I mean, it still could happen. Still could happen, but it wouldn't be this time against a sub, right? That's actually GC2. So it would
main roster.
Yeah, main roster.
Everything.
Yeah. Fair enough. You know what? We're talking about rankings. We're talking about regions. I actually want to continue this conversation in the next category. That next category, by the way, guys, being this or that. Super simple. I'm going to give you two things. You got to choose this or that in whatever context you find that you like. This time, though, we're talking about power rankings. We're talking about regions. And actually, we're talking about two lists compared to the other. We have a first touch list and we have a Johnny Boy list. Now, I'll give you a second to interpret these. And I know I have to swap a banner here, do that. There you go. And it's a little small. But First Touch recently this week unveiled their tier list of different teams. A lot of people thought it was interesting that the S tier was so long. And then Johnny Boy put out his top 20 team list. Notably, you've got Luminosity at 18th down there under teams like Power and others. I want to hear from you guys. Which list actually hit here for you? With the tier list from First Touch or the Johnny Boy list? In this third category, we're going to start with our third contestant, Mocked.
It's a difficult one because it's always based on opinion, right? And there is no correct opinion other than Carmine Corp being the best team in the world right now. That is the only correct opinion. That's why I put Johnny in the bet for having the better list, because clearly First Touch haven't ordered their tiers, so that tier list is already stupid and unusable. You've got to order your tiers. Johnny Boy's list is just a better. Also, I feel like there is an obvious EU bias here with Johnny. I think he undervalued G2, but overall, I think Johnny's list, yeah, definitely the more foundated one.
Okay, very well, very well. Cobb, which list is hitting for you? Which one quite isn't?
You know, Johnny Boy's takes, I never agree with them. His takes are always so biased. So biased. We're going to go with the First Touch list because, you know, my boy T-Bait's never wrong. He's never wrong.
Not always
you
biased.
know, roll this. That's not bias. He's not. He put Vitality first. He put more EU teams in the S tier. You know, that's how you know he's not biased, if he's putting more of a different region in an S tier. So we're going with First Touch.
All right, rotate. Hell, Monkey Bad. Comp likes this unorganized tier list with a fat S tier. Do you as well? Are you going with the First Touch tier list or the Johnny Boy power rankings top 20?
Man, Johnny Boy is definitely very biased, and I say that with a B-U-Y at times. This list in particular, especially towards the bottom. I mean, why are you putting Team Power over Luminosity? That's actually kind of absurd. Redemption made some deep runs, and I don't know why they're at the 19th position. First Touch, I'm gonna have to go with them. Obviously, there needs to be some intricacies here because I think there's like S plus, A plus. I actually got to see one that was a full pyramid, and you can really kind of lean out some of these regions. Okay. I'm gonna go with First Touch. It ain't perfect, but it ain't, you know, the money symbols that Johnny Boy actually needs in order to make half of a brain cell work.
All right, okay, dang. Hey, contestants taking shots, and you know what? That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Extra little point for like extra little spice. But we have here still the category of this or that. We're taking it away from lists. We're taking it away from esports teams, and actually, for you, Comp, who's starting this one off, I want to take it to something that we haven't talked about in a while. This one is just simply trophies. Take a look. Yeah, take a look at esports trophies. Take a look at the Season 1 World Championship Tournament. You got 2 cars boosted to the ball. Is that going to be a pinch? Is it going to be a dunk? I don't know. But then you got the trophy that Vitality earned just at Worlds most recently. And I mean, I want to hear from you, Comp. You're a competitor yourself. One day you're going to hold that trophy. I know it. We all know it. What trophy are you trying to hold? An OG one or one of this more modernized look?
I'm holding that OG one. You got the OG RLCS logo. You got the cars combined with the Alpha Boost coming out, touching the ball. What is the modern trophy? It looks like a corn kernel wrapped in plastic that goes up. What is that? Like, I don't even think Zen wanted to hold that. That's how horrible it is. Like, what?
Ooh.
No, give me that OG trophy every single day of the week, man.
Okay, that's a pretty clear and concise opinion. Now, Monkey Man, what era of trophies is hitting for you?
This is literally the mirror of having minimalist logos versus the much more involved and artistic logos. I'm gonna go with the OG one because that looks like a Werther's original with a Tupperware on top, and then it melted in the microwave for some reason. I like the idea of being able to streamline some things, and at times things. Maybe not that, but you know, when a redesign of a trophy has to come through, they can be cool, they can be artistic. That is a true homage to the actual community, just like it was said by Alpha Boost, the cars. That actually encapsulates the game.
Rotate. It does indeed. All right, Mocked Fish. I mean, 2 trophies in front of you. You got to pick one style.
And the style to pick of the style of the trophy to pick is the OG trophy, of course. But I would like to have a sort of a fusion of the two. Have the corporate sponsorship of Swarovski still be there, but have Swarovski made an actual cool trophy the OG trophy, or a trophy that actually looks like a proper trophy. Because this just looks like something you put in the in your cabinet, and it looks, it looks sort of nice, but it's nothing special. It doesn't say that. It doesn't emphasize anything about Rocket League, the new one. So yeah, the old one's got so much more character.
Agreed. It does not say anything, and you know, I think that's what we're looking for. We want it to say a lot. Contestants, you've said a lot, but I want you to say just a little more for this third category of this or that. And I want to take it to something that had been a hot topic recently, but I want to like kind of narrow in on it. I'm sure you remember Devin Connors posting about the new season and said, what do you guys even want that's new? And everybody flooded the comments of like, I want this feature, I want that feature. Well, I pulled the 2 biggest features that were recommended from all those comments from the Rocket League community, and I want you guys to choose between those 2. So let me take a second to pull it up here, but I have 2 right in front of you here, and they are very simply top 100 ranks / rewards, you know, one or the other or both, or new maps, standard or creative, but genuinely like new maps, not retouched, etc., etc. What feature calls out to you? What feature is the one to be added to this game of Rocket League? They appeared to me as the 2 most popular, but hey, Monkey Man, you got to pick one.
The one that I'm gonna get because I'm never gonna get top 100 anything. I think that calls really to the upper echelon, the less than 0.1% of the community. New maps, standard, creative, or otherwise, keep pumping them out. There's infinite amounts of possibilities. In fact, I think someone actually pointed out that they quietly just ghost released like 4 of them in the experimental range. So keep putting those out. We had the Sky one that's up in the clouds. We also got to have a lot that were just able to represent South America. Keep pushing those. That really is what expands our actual community. Okay, and expanding the community, absolutely. Mockfish, pick one.
New maps. Give me more unique maps and give me features to that map that make them unique. Not just have a stadium somewhere, but make them longer, make them wider, differ the boost placements, be creative when it comes to how to incorporate the maps, and let the maps be played in ranked. That's what's going to be pushing the game even forward when map selection actually starts to matter. That's what we genuinely need. That's the breath of fresh air. That's where people can learn and people can, you know, really grind something and really find something about the game again that they find interesting. And especially at pro play, so many tactics that get involved with like different map sizes and all that.
Rotate. Could be true, and I'm glad I'm stopping you there because pros start hearing that you're throwing new maps at them. They're gonna bring the pitchforks. I'll tell you what. Personally, I'm kind of a fan of the idea, though. I still remember the days of the bowl-shaped wasteland and running that in 1v1 comp and how ridiculous that was. Comp. Let's hear from you. You got to choose this or that, and yeah, it's either top 100 rewards or it's new maps.
I like to kind of look at it long term. Long term, a new map is not going to benefit you. Long term, it's going to be like, oh, that's a cool map. Oh, we'll just throw it behind us every now and then. at least top 100 rewards will actually motivate players, and even lower players, not only that top 0.01%, it'll motivate those newer players, those players that want to become pro, the younger kids that dream of this, to actually go for something. Right now, top 100, your name's only on a leaderboard. You get nothing for it.
Sure.
So it's a very big motivator to, compete and get better at the game long term.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's basically you can immortalize it in a Twitter post and nothing outside of that, right? And you can't even tell what part of the season, if that's like day one or, the final day, and whether it actually matters or not. Folks, your words matter, and you've gotten to the end of the third and four categories. The competition is close. You guys were clearly champions for a reason. We got Hale and Comp tied. Mock just 1 point behind. This is essentially a tied up listing going in to our final category of Let's Get Spicy. Contestants, I do indeed. This is the finale, so I do have spicy questions for you. So ready, set, and go. For this fourth category, Comp, you're going to be starting us off. And, we talk so much about the game of Rocket League, but I want to just look at actual Rocket League for a second. Let's go to a video here, folks, of what is this? Is this a roll one in RLCS? Oh my god! And they rejoined it, Azrael and Joyo, in the most recent qualifier of RLCS EU. Got into a roll one on the backboard and then rejoined that. That is Redemption versus Moist. And eventually, I believe Moist got scored on, but then Joyo still won the game for Moist. Yeah, Comp, I go to you, and I want to ask you, this is the long acclaimed rule one. It's the culture of RLCS, but I mean, if you're a pro, are you actually holding this? Do you really think a role like this belongs at the competitive level?
Why do you think players play 2v2 so often? We're training for the rule one. We are training. Yes, it does. It shows sportsmanship. People say Rocket League is one of the most tight-knit communities, and this is why. Where do you see another esport where players are just stopping their gameplay, to, talk, have a good time during the midst of a series, So I think it's very good sportsmanship, and it's just going to be a waste of playing 2v2 if we're not actually going to utilize it in the game.
I like the mention of trading 2v2 for the roll one. That's pretty funny. Hail Monkey Man, what do you think? Does roll one actually belong in RLCS as we saw it there?
I mean, I love the sportsmanship here. That's a great representation of what happens not just at a silver level, but all the way up into an SSL plus pro level. But get it out of my game lobby, and especially the one I'm watching. I want to see these guys get the heck out of Dodge. It's fun, it's awesome, but I ignore rule ones. I'm the guy you hate in ranked lobbies. I'm the dude that's demoing them. I'm the dude that's blowing people up, bumping them out of the way. I hate rule 0, rule 1. I'm just trying to struggle to play and win the game in the first place. Get these pros getting out there, getting the bag that they all claim that they deserve in the first place.
And interestingly, as we rotate, my Fisher giving the thumbs up to Hale as he talks about get this roll one out of here. Are you really on this guy's side right now?
Get it away. You're a professional playing the game for money. Memes are for ranked. This is pro play. This is where everyone wants to be. You can't just give away that privilege by memeing around. Are you kidding me? No, not a shot in the world. And also, that's not a rule 1. That's a rule 2. A rule 1 is when the ball is being kept up at 0 seconds because I'm an old man and I don't care about the new rules. Get off my lawn.
Whoa, baby. You know what? I'm getting what I asked for. Those are spicy takes, gentlemen. I would not have been so bold and brash to join the panel here and to speak against roll 1, or as Mockfish calls it here, roll 2. And in fact, my biases want to mute the both of you, but I'm keeping away from that. I'm being a good and honorable dictator. As we move on to another spicy question, I do want to preface this. Oh, go ahead, please.
Are you really?
No. All right. Okay. And I do want to preface this next question with a comment here. There is a chance for this to be one of the spiciest questions and potentially political. And I do try to avoid subjects like that, but go into this with ease, go into this with an open mind that people have different opinions. I just want to hear your general thoughts on what a hot topic in Rocket League, in fairness, is right now. And it relates to the Esports World Cup, as it has been dubbed. So here we'll take it to a picture of it. And the question, should we be supporting the Esports World Cup? This is a rebranded Gamers 8, as many are familiar with the Rocket League style, held in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Funded by that country, which obviously receives quite a bit of criticism. And I'm curious from you guys. I mean, this is a tournament that every year people support, that people love to watch, but there's a lot of people as well that really think we should not be giving that attention. Hell, Monkey Man, we're going to start with you here for this question. Should the Rocket League community be supporting a tournament like this?
Straight up no, and I need everyone to go to look at the video that was posted by Sideshow on YouTube, because he made a very concise video and very clear about every point that goes into this matter. This is about a country that is trying to reshape, revamp, reform their entire economy by the year 2030. They have a vision for their current KSA ruler of their, I don't know exactly what the main guy is, but it's simply put that they are trying to bring a lot of tourism to their country. This is a country that commits war crimes on the daily, human rights violations. We should not be supporting it. If you're saying you're going over to get a bag, make sure that you come back and you're still displaying human rights needed by everyone out there.
It's a fair take. It's a fair take. And once again, I want to reiterate, open minds here to any and all comments or questions. I mean, the Rocket League community is very diverse in their approach to this. So I want to hear any and all takes that we have. Mockfish, your timer begins now. Should the Rocket League community be supporting this tournament?
Yeah, it should. It's a good tournament. It's in a place of the world where they want to revamp themselves. I don't care what Saudi Arabia does. I don't care. ESL is funded by Saudi Arabia, and guess what? ESL ran Rocket League for the past 5 years competitively.
Right.
I have no moral reservations about it. Go there, do your job, and then go back. Don't glorify the country. If you do sponsor posts, be sure to do them. Okay, cool. But don't glorify the country unnecessarily. That's my only request.
Fair enough. And Comp, round us out on this topic.
I do believe we should support it, because at the end of the day, it's the Esports World Cup. It has nothing to do politically. If we had to take everything we've done politically, we wouldn't be eating certain foods. We wouldn't be going to certain restaurants, all that fun stuff. And it's everybody coming together to build esports, especially in this kind of day and age, how esports is, on a little bit of a downtrend, some might say. And this allows it to kind of bring it up a little more and create more opportunities. If we shut this down, what's that going to send a message to everybody about esports?
Tip of the cap to all three of you for giving your transparent and honest feedback on this. I think the best thing that we can do is gauge all opinions and let them be heard and talk about it in the community rather than shut each other out. So thank you to the three of you. I appreciate every sort of comment, and I will support what Hale mentioned about Sideshow's video. I think it was very, very informative, and
someone meet that.
Yeah, if you haven't watched that one, definitely check it out. What'd you say, Mocked?
Can you link it?
Yeah, I can.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got
okay, cool.
Yeah, I watched it just the other day. It's super informative, really cool. Okay, guys. We are down to our final question, and we're definitely scaling back here a bit, so don't worry. Now, if you were president and you had this this decision to make between two countries, no, of course not. I'm actually talking about Rocket League pros and their ages. It's been noted recently that OG Esports, they are the highest average age of a pro attending the major by quite a summation, 2 years there. Oh, by the way, shout out Liquipedia RL. They tweeted this out. That is right below. Nice. And the average age of the participants of this major coming up is 19.55, so 19 years and a half old. I'm curious from your guys' standpoint, and by the way, I think everyone on this panel is older than the average age, so I don't know if we're gonna end up biased in our thoughts here, but Mocked, we're starting with you. Do you wage that RLCS Pro age to increase over time or to decrease?
I certainly hope it will increase, because more maturity is needed, and especially we get into complication with child labor laws when it comes to these younger children being involved in the esports scene. So that's something that we have to be very, very careful about. Very, very bad people could be around in these organizations, and it could cause tremendous mental problems for these young kids that are still developing mentally and don't have that strength of character that maybe older players have. So I certainly do hope that the pro scene will be getting older and older, where we get to have maybe an average of like 21, 22, and those sort of age ranges.
Okay. Rotate. Right on time. Comp, what do you think? Increase, decrease? Mock's talking about a little bit more of what he wants to happen, but like, what will happen? Will it increase or decrease?
I think over time it will decrease because of the fact that the age was lowered for our LCS players.
Right.
And players like Life, Scythe, Reveal, Scribbles, all these guys are coming in and, they're getting better by the day and they're learning a lot. Yeah, maybe they might not be able to get the social skills and they'll have to deal with like different organizations and they'll have to mature a lot quicker than most young teenagers. But I do think at the end of the day, it will decrease because there is more players that want to compete at a younger age.
Okay, very well. Hail Monkey Man, it comes down to you. Where do you think the age range is going here for pros?
We're fighting a war of attrition with Rocket League even living on to next year. I think that right now, if the pool of players does not in fact increase, we did have the 13-year-old range now extended. That's what they do for Fortnite, and that's what they're very comfortable with. You will see it go down, but it depends on if that pool actually increases and those types of talents are being picked up onto some of these teams. One of the big ones that actually comes through, it's still 15-year-old. You're obviously getting some of them out of the Snowmen, who I believe had at least one or two 14-year-olds. But Sphinx was one of those prodigies out of APAC that's now on Elevate, looking great. I think it will go down. It's just going to take recognition for the talent to actually get to the teams.
All right, that brings us to the end. Well, you would think the end of our regular format. We do this too often, but we're going to do it here. A tiebreaker scenario between Hail Monkey Man and Mocked Fish to see who makes it to the finale of Season 3 with Comp. Comp, congratulations. You did make it to that top 2. At the end of this first split, each region had a top 10 stats leader. This is based on Shift, based on Octane stats. It has that points at the very end, that skill point that totals all of those. There's a top 10 from each region. So with 7 regions, there's actually 70 players that you can choose from here. I'm going to give you a little more than 10 seconds to really think about this, really give me the right name. But Mockfish, your time does begin now.
Snowy.
That is correct, Hail.
Zen?
That is correct, Mocked.
Daniel.
That is correct. Hail.
Virtuoso.
That is correct. Mocked.
Beast Mode.
I'm sorry, but that's not actually a top 10 from North America, but that will be your one and only gimme point.
What?
Go ahead and try again.
Wow.
Okay. To Die For.
That is correct. Hail.
Vatira?
That is correct. Mocked. Remember, you
Monkey
a
Moon.
little more than 10 seconds. Go ahead.
Monkey Moon.
This one's another surprising one. Monkey Moon is not in the top 10 of Europe, which is quite surprising. But Mockfish, that's official. You are out of this competition.
I should have got SSA more. I should have found SSA.
And I was trying to tell you, I was like, you got a lot of time here. But very well. Hi, I'm Monkey Man. Your topic is titles for both GC and SSL Extra modes.
Dunkmaster.
Well done. That is correct. Comp.
RN Genius.
That is correct. Hell.
He's a GC, so is this seasonal as well? Grand Champ Season 14.
This is only extra modes.
Only extra modes. Got it. Appreciate that.
No problem.
Okay. I know one is the puck one.
5 seconds.
I'm going to go with just, can't remember it, Winter Wizard.
You're close. One more try.
2. I can't remember.
One,
no, it's
zero.
gone. Yeah.
The answer was Blizzard Wizard.
Blizzard Wizard.
So
yeah.
close, Hail Monkey Man, but because you are
fine.
wrong, that is a point for Comp. Comp, well done. Paint.
Crimson.
That is correct, Hail Monkey Man.
Titanium white.
That is correct. Comp.
Burnt sienna.
That is correct, Hail Monkey Man.
Forest green.
That is correct, Comp.
Lime.
That is correct, Hail. Remember, you have 10 seconds.
Black.
That is correct, Comp.
Cobalt.
That is correct, Hail.
Gold.
That is correct, Comp.
Pink.
You're on the money, man. Yeah, that's correct, Hail.
Purple.
That is correct, Comp.
Sky blue.
That is correct, Hail.
Gray.
That is correct, Comp.
That's the end.
I'm sorry, but that is incorrect, Comp. There was still orange and saffron. Unbelievable. I would have
Fair.
never imagined you guys to go that far. If both of you understand the topic, let's begin. Hail, your timer begins now.
Goals.
Wins.
Wait, whoa. Please
Oh,
wait
my bad, my
until
bad,
you've
my
been
bad.
called. Thank you. Yes, that is correct, Hail. Comp.
Wins.
That is correct. Go ahead, Hail.
Assists.
Just gotta find it on my list. Okay, that is correct, Comp.
Saves.
I know that's correct. I just, again, have to find it on my list. Yes, okay, go ahead now.
Shots.
Correct. Wait till I call your name, please. Okay, go ahead, Comp.
Level.
I'm gonna give it to you. It's XP level. Yeah, correct. Hell.
Playmaker.
Should have made this alphabetical or something. Correct. Comp.
Savior.
Correct. Hell.
Centered balls.
Correct. Comp.
Time played.
Correct. Hell.
Cleared balls.
This guy's all on the balls. Correct. Comp.
Tiles destroyed.
Gonna give you another chance here. That is not what it's called. But you have the general concept. You've got to get the correct name here.
Tiles broken.
Comp, I'm sorry, you are officially eliminated from the finale. The answer you were looking for was damage. Or ultra damage. And folks, that's the end of the show. It ends like that. Hail, Monkey Man. Congratulations. You are our season 3 champion. And rotate enjoyers, that brings us to the end of season 3. Thank you so much for being a part of it, whether you're a contestant, a winner, or of course an audience member. I appreciate you, and it was so great to have you. Season 4 will indeed return sometime mid to late May. We're taking a hiatus. I want to do some touch-ups on the show and some new things around it, so stay tuned indeed for more Rotate the Game Show. That's always got you circling back for more. We'll circle back sometime soon, Rocket Leaguers. See you then, and Hail Monkey Man, congratulations.
Thank you so much, guys.